If you want to make 2022 your best year yet, you have to start taking action now. Work on setting your goals and changing your habits now. It doesn't need to be the start of the new month, the new week, or even the new year. You can start taking steps to change your life and reach your goals today. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to make your day more productive and make 2022 your best year yet. The first thing you need to do is start by laying your goals out for the year. You want to get focused right away on what you are trying to accomplish so that you can make the rest of the year run smoother. It's going to be extremely hard to improve if you don't even know where you want to go by the end of the year to begin with. I have a bunch of different videos on goal setting if you need help with that, and I'll link a bunch of them down below. But the main thing you want to focus on first is the big picture. And then from there, you can break them down. You can set yearly goals and then quarter goals. And then you can break those down into monthly goals and then weekly goals. And eventually that'll break down to your daily to-do list. That's the way that I do it so that I know every step of the way what I need to be doing in order to reach my bigger goals. And you don't have to do this all in one sitting. If you want, what I've done this year is I have done my yearly goals and then I have just broken down my first quarter goals. I know what I want to hit within the first quarter of the year. And then now I only have my January goals because it's obviously January. And that is all. Then you can go in February and do your February goals based off of your other bigger goals so that you don't have to have all of your goals laid out at the beginning of the year. That makes it easier so that you can reevaluate where you are in the year, if you've done more or if you've done less, or if you've changed your goals completely. You don't want to do all this upfront work and then find out 3 months later that one of the goals that you set in January isn't really where you want to take your brand. And if written goals aren't your thing and you're more of a visual person, you can also try creating a vision board. I also have a video where I created my vision board that you can always see hanging up behind me. And I like to do this because it's fun to go through the end of the year and visually see what you wanted to have happen and then watch it actually come to life and see how many of those things you actually accomplished throughout the year. And just a side note, if it's a bit later in the year and you're watching this, you can still implement these things today. It does not have to be January of 2022 for you to start implementing these strategies. You don't even have to wait for the new month or the new week. You can start today on making these goals. And you can make your goals bigger or smaller based off of how much time is left in the year or the month or even the week, depending on what time frame you want to have your goal done in. You do not have to wait for January to start your new goal. If you want to make 2022 your year and really have your business take off, you first need to get yourself into a routine. Mostly in general, you want to get your life into a routine, but specifically with your business. Even if you work full-time, you should try to carve out as much time as you can to work on your business each week. If possible, create times that you can work on your business each day. And if that's not possible because of a hectic schedule, then just schedule out what you can. Whether that be theming your days and knowing what day you're going to work on what, or if you just say that you want to work on your business for 2 hours a day and you pick any 2 hours that you possibly can squeeze in that day. Whatever it is, if you want your blog to be successful this year, you need to have some sort of structure in the way that you work. If not, life can get in the way, and before you know it, it's been 2 months and you haven't posted a blog post yet. Not proactively working on your business, even if it's just 1 hour at a time, is going to seriously hurt your growth. One of the ways that has really helped me get into a routine is by theming my days. Not every day has a theme, but my most time-consuming tasks have a specific day that I end up doing them. So for example, with my client work. When I work on my client's Pinterest account, I have 1 day a week that I do all of my client work. And it obviously doesn't take the whole day, so I still do other things within that day, but at least I know every Sunday I'm going to be working on my client work and getting it done throughout the day. I also have days where I schedule out my own social media, I record my YouTube videos, editing my YouTube videos, and writing my blog posts. Those are the 4 main tasks that I really do for my business, so I have themed days so that I know when in the week that I need to do them. This makes it easier so you don't forget, and it gets you into a routine. It also makes deciding what you want to work on the day of easier because you already know what you're going to be working on, so you don't have to spend a bunch of time deciding on what to do, and it can make sure that your content is actually getting out to people consistently. If you're having a hard time getting tasks done, try this method and see if it works out for you. The next thing you want to do to make sure that 2022 is your best year yet is focus on the important things first. If you're just getting started with your blog, it's likely that you're focusing on the wrong things. That Instagram bio that took you 10 minutes to write, yeah, that's not really going to make you any money. But if you post a few well-written affiliate product focused articles, that is going to make you some money. Making sure that your attention is on the bigger picture and you are focused on the content that you are producing is really going to help you grow your business this year. The small details of your business are still important, but they're really not going to help you grow your blog as fast as the bigger tasks will. Because that's not to say that the small things of your business don't really matter. They do matter, but they don't matter as much as some other money-making things that you could be working on instead. In my experience, we tend to focus on the smaller things more than the bigger things because they're either easier to do or our perfectionism is getting in the way way, and we need to make sure that every single detail of our business is perfect, down to the brand colors and fonts that we use. Some areas that you want to be focusing on instead are things that are going to actually grow your business, like well-written content, affiliate products that are promoted on your blog posts, promoting on social media, and writing to your email list. Those are things that will grow your influence with time. Scrolling through Pinterest to find the best board cover for your boards is not going to be worth your time. The next tip that I have for you is to have a money-making strategy in place. Now this kind of goes along with the last tip, but it is so important that it needs to have its own section. If you have no idea how you're going to make money from your blog, you're not going to be making it very quickly. There's a good chance that you're not going to stumble on a money-making idea by accident. You have to know what ways you want to make money and then begin working on them. If you want to check out the ways that I make money, check out my last video where I talk about my first year full-time blogging income, and I break down all of the ways that I'm currently making money. There are so many income streams online that it can be really overwhelming at first. So my advice is to pick 1 or 2 different income streams that you think you can work on the easiest. Start those, master them, and then move on to other areas, because you really don't want to spread yourself too thin when it comes to this business in general, but especially money-making strategies, because they are going to be things that are going to take a lot of time to implement. And if you divide your attention over 7 to 8 different income streams, chances are you're not going to make much money with any of them. So just pick out 1 to 2 different strategies that you think you can master and really work on them, get a good source of income going from them, and then go ahead and move on to another one. If you are struggling in this area and you can't seem to figure it out, I highly recommend buying a course. That's what I did, and it helped out tremendously. Investing in your business is a good way to go because you will be able to learn from people who have been there, done that, and you can make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that they did in the beginning. You can learn what not to do so that you can skip a few steps. This leads to my next point, which is to invest in your business. Even though it may not seem like it, blogging is a business. It's harder to look at that way because it's easier to start than a normal business, but it still is one. And just like a normal business, starting a blog is going to take some money. So don't be afraid to put money into your blog. Invest in self-hosting, invest in a theme, invest in blogging tools that are going to make your life easier, and especially invest in yourself. That is going to be the most invaluable part of this. If you want to make 2022 your year, commit to buying something that is going to help you through something that you struggle with. Whether it's making money blogging, getting the hang of Pinterest, or SEO. The faster you learn and grow, the faster your business can grow. And if you want a few suggestions, I will leave a list down below of a few things that I think you should invest in within your first couple years of business. And if you want to check out my last video, you can check it out here, or you can check out one here that YouTube has recommended for you. Make sure to like this video if you liked and subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you next week. Bye!